Welcome back to 242 Math. I am your host Raphael Thompson, and today we'll be doing BGC revision. We'll be doing BGCSE Mathematics revision test 5, guys. Get your pens and pencils out and your calculators, and let's see if you can work it. You're going to need your protractor as well for this one and your ruler. Here we go. Number 1, identify the irrational numbers in this set. And you have 2.7, square root of 5, half, negative 2, 3, 0, square root of 9, negative 1, and a quarter, and pi. So you have to identify the irrational numbers. You should know what irrational numbers are, guys. If not, get a dictionary, look it up. And then you know how to do this. I'm going to help you. How many numbers would be in your answer? 2. 2 things would be in your answer, that's it. Number 2. Use your calculator for this, guys. Get it out. Evaluate 9.062 divided by 3.8 times 8.0364. Write your answer correct. 3 significant figures. Do the calculation quickly on your calculator. You are able to use calculators in the BGCSE examination, so take advantage of it, guys. So you definitely would need it to work this out. However, remember, your answer is the 3 significant figures. If you don't know what significant figures are, I can't help you, guys. We did it already in the other tests. Okay, it's fairly simple. You should be able to get an answer for it. Try your best. Work it. Get an answer, and we move on to number 3. Express 60 as a product of its prime factors. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers would be numbers that have 2 factors, so it doesn't include 1. They only have 2 factors. So you have to divide again and again until you get it down to your final division, and then write 60 as a product of its prime factors of the numbers that you get when you do the division, guys. You can work it. I'm going to give you enough time. Do the divisions. Use your calculator if you need to. Put the numbers in. Write the prime factors. Good. Number 4. Mike borrowed $5,000 from a bank at a simple interest rate of 5% per annum. Calculate the amount of interest paid after 36 months. I'm going to give you the formula for simple interest is PRT, principal times rate times time over 100. So this is what you have to calculate. Use a calculator. 5,000 simple interest is 5,000 times 5 times a number, the number years, over 100, all of that over 100. Again, simple interest, 5,000 times 5 times a number, the number years, all over 100. I'm not giving you the number years, too easy, guys. You got to work that on your own. Put the numbers in your calculator, work it out. Give me a final answer for simple interest. And you only want the amount of the interest or the simple interest. You don't want the amount, you want the amount of interest. So that would be the simple interest. Number 5. Ray is paid $18 per hour for a 38-hour week. If he works 46 hours in a week with overtime being paid at time and a half, how much does he earn for this week? So you first of all calculate how much he earns for 36 hours a week. So you've got to multiply calculators, 38 times 18. Then work out how much he would get for overtime. So if he gets time and a half, find out what that is for each hour, and then multiply that by the overtime hours. Then get that and add that answer to what you got from 18 times 38, and that would be your final answer. I gave it the answer away, but see if you can work it, get an answer quickly, guys. You should know what time and a half is. I'm not going to help you with that. We did that in a previous test, and you should know what it is. Okay, you have enough time to work it. Number 6. Algebra. If x is equal to 2 times 10 to the power 3 and y is equal to 4 times 10 to the power 7, find x divided by y in exponent form. So we're dealing with exponentials in algebra. Now, let me help you. So you're doing x divided by y, so it's 2 divided by 4 times 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 7. I help you with the first step. Get it done from there, guys. And you must remember what to do when you're dividing exponents. That's as much as I can help you with. The rest you have to do. Number 7, evaluate 2 to the power 5 times 49 to the power of a half. So work 2 to the power 5, work 49 to the power of a half, get your answers, multiply them. Bam, that would be your answer. Straightforward. Use your calculators. Not very hard, so you should be completed by now, guys. Number 8, matrices. If y is equal to the matrix 2, 1, 4, 5, and x equal to matrix 2, 3, 1, negative 2, calculate x, y. Don't get tricked. Okay, it says x, y, so you got to put x to the front of the y. Okay, so you can't write them like you see them there. So put x to the front, so it's matrix 2, 3, 1, negative 2 times matrix 2, 1, 4, 5. You have to work it in that order. So work it and put an answer. Remember, you multiply matrices. You have to use rows in the first one by the columns in the back one. Multiply the row by the matrix by the columns in the next one, and you'd get your answer for that. Okay, this is pretty hard, so you need some time to work it, but I'm gonna give you that time. Work it and see what you get. And I gave you the clue. When you're multiplying the matrices, you would multiply rows in the first one by the columns in the last one. Number 9, simplify. Algebra 2 in brackets 2x plus 1 minus 3 in bracket 2x plus 1. So remove your brackets, work it down, and give a final answer. Give an expression for your answer. Okay, you have to remove the brackets. So go ahead and do that. Okay, not very hard. So you should not take long to get it. Number 10, factorize this quadratic expression, and the expression is x squared minus 5x plus 6. I'm going to help you. You have to use to get the factors, you're going to get bracket x plus or minus a number, bracket x plus or minus a number. The numbers in that will depend on your numbers in the quadratic expression, so 6 and negative 5. Numbers must multiply to give you the positive 6 and must add to give you negative 5, and that's as much as I can help you with. You have to be able to figure out the rest. The numbers you're going to use must multiply to give you positive 6, and they must add to give you negative 5. And then answers can be 6 or 1 or 3 or 2. Number 11, solve. You have an inequality 2 in bracket x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3, open bracket, 2x plus 1. Close bracket. So you have to remove your bracket. Treat this like you would treat an equation, and don't worry about the inequality sign, greater than and equal to in the middle. Treat that like an equal sign. Work it down, and you would solve it, so you get x is greater than or equal to at the end, or is less than and equal to something at the end. So you should be able to do that once you work it down. Put your x's to the front, your numbers to the back, and work it. At the end, you would have to do something at the end, because you would end up with a negative quantity at the front. So make sure you're able to do that at the end. Number 12, transpose the following equation for y, and the equation is 3 minus 2y is equal to x. You need to know what transpose means. If not, look it up and see what it means. Once you know what transpose means, then you have to work it. Remember, you are working it for, transposing it for y. Okay, so that isn't very hard to do. It's about 2 more steps, and there you would have it. Number 13, solve the quadratic equation x squared plus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. So again, you would have to factorize the expression at the front, x squared plus 4x minus 12, So what two numbers multiply to give you negative 12 and add to give you positive 4? Let me help you. You can either use your factors of 6 and 2, 4 and 3, or 12 and 1. So out of those factors, see which one will be correct. Put them, the answer is equal to 0, and then solve for x. So you'd have x equal to something or x equal to something at the end. Number 14, solve these simultaneous equations, and number 1 is 2x plus y is equal to 5, and number 2 is 3x plus 2y is equal to 9. Here you would have to decide what you want to eliminate first. If you want to get rid of the x's, you do something, or if you want to get rid of the y's. It's probably easier for you to get rid of the y's. So see what you can do to get rid of the y's first, and then solve it for x. Once you get an x value, put it into one of the equations and then solve it for y. That's as much as I can tell you for simultaneous equations. Okay, I'm going to give you enough time to work it. Remember what I just said. Easiest thing to do now is to get rid of your y's. First, number 15. You're dealing with a function. Given that g of x is equal to 3x squared minus 8, find g of negative 2, g to the negative 2. So again, treat this like you would treat an equation, and once you know how to deal with functions, you should be able to do this one, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. So it shouldn't take you long to get an answer for it, guys. Work it, put an answer. And here we go to number 16. It's a geometry question. You have to find y, the missing angle y. I'll help you. You have an isosceles triangle. That's why you see those two lines on the triangle. That's an isosceles triangle. So that fact would help you to find something to find x. And then once you find x, you should be able to find y. It's straightforward from there. Why? Because you have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So that would help you in finding, once you find x, you should be able to find y. That's as much as I can help you with for number 16. And moving right along, number 17, you're dealing with vectors, and you have a rectangle involved. Find vector NA in terms of vector T and vector Y. So I can help you. You have to join N to A first of all. So you're dealing with triangle NAB, and then see if you can solve it for vector NA. And once you do that, then it's a straightforward thing for you to do in dealing with that triangle to find vector NA. And you have to give it in terms of T and Y, remember. Or in terms of Y and T. Number 18, in grade 10 at the Preston Albury High School, 10 students study physics, 12 study chemistry, 15 study biology, 6 study biology and chemistry, 5 study physics and chemistry, 7 study physics and biology, 4 study none of these subjects, and 3 study all 3 of the subjects. Uses information to complete the Venn diagram. So it's a Venn with 3 circles. So draw that and then label them P for physics, C for chemistry, and B for biology. Put your numbers in. Remember, you cannot put some of these numbers directly into the Venn diagram. You have to calculate certain areas of the Venn. There are only 2 numbers from that you can put in. Do it, work it. Just put your numbers in and that's it. Number 19, ADCB is a square. Using pi as 3.14, calculate the area of the shaded region. Let me help you. First, you have to calculate the area of the square. And each side of that square is 20 meters. So calculate the area of the square, then calculate the area of the circle, use your calculators, and then subtract the area of the circle from the area of the square, and you would have your answer. Remember, you're dealing with area, so you're dealing with square units. Use your calculators, guys. You can use them in the BGCSE examination, so take advantage of it. One more. And finally, number 20. Draw the pie chart using the information on the frequency table, and it shows methods of transportation and the methods of bicycle, jitney, walk, car. Frequency numbers 5, 10, 12, 19. You must turn those frequency numbers into number of degrees. So you should be able to do that. Turn them into degrees, and then use your protractor. You know what that is. Get your protractor, and in the circle, draw the sectors in for bicycle, jitney, walk, and car, and label them. And that's how you do it. Remember, a circle has 360 degrees. Okay, hope you got them correct. We will check in a minute to see how you did. And here we go. BGCSE Maths Revision Test 5, number 1. There you have it. Answer for number 1, square root of 5 and pi. Hope you got it correct. I told you there were two numbers, and those are two numbers there, square root of 5 and pi. Mark it. Very good if you got it. You should know what irrational numbers are by now. Number 2. Use a calculator, and you have to work this out. And once you use a calculator, multiply the numbers on the bottom, 3.8 times 8.0364, and then divide 9.062 by that answer. You can use your calculator and put the bottom number answer you get in memory, and then divide 9.062 by the memory, and you can work it using the calculator just like that, without even writing any of the numbers. Okay, let's see if you got the final answer. You have to write it correct. 3 significant figures. 0.297. You had to change the 6 to 7 because the third number, 0.296, 7 is at the back of that 6, so you have to add a 1 to the 6 to make it a 7. Hope you got that correct. 0.297. Moving right along, number 3, express 60 as a product of its prime factors. You divide 60 by 2, you get 30 by 2, you get 15 by 3, you get 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So the answer would be 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Once you put that, that's correct. Or 2 to the power 2 times 3 times 5. That would be answer for number 3. Express 60 as a product of its prime factors. Hope you were able to do the division for that, guys, and get that done. Number 4. Okay, you had the simple interest, and I told you have to multiply 5,000 times 5 times a number over 100 for the number of years. And it has to be 3. 36 months is 3 years. Why? 12 months in a year. So 12 into 36 is 3 times. Multiply those, then you get simple interest of $750. Use your calculator, guys, and you can do it pretty quickly if you use it. Hope you got $750. That was the simple interest. And number 5. Ray is paid $18 per hour for a 38-hour week. If he works 46 hours in a week with overtime being paid at time and a half, how much does he earn for this week? First, you have to multiply the 18 by 38. Once you get that, 684. Then work out overtime, time and a half. 18 is time. Half of 18 is 9. So for each overtime hour, he's paid $27. Second thing you have to figure out now, find out his overtime hours. Now, his overtime hours will be 46 take away 38, 8 hours. Multiply the 8 by $27 that he's paid for time and a half. You get $216. Then add 684 plus 216 to get his earnings for the week. Okay, use your calculator. And the final answer is $900. Hope you got that correct, guys. Okay, I helped you a lot with that one. But it's fairly simple once you understand what you have to do. Number 6. And we'll work it in stages. So first you have 2 times 10 to the power 3 divided by 4 times 10 to the negative 7. So you divide your numbers, 2 divided by 4, divide, and then times 10 to the negative 3 divided by 10 to the 3 divided by 10 to the 7. So that becomes 10 to the 3 minus 7. Okay, 2 divided by 4 times 10 to the 3 minus 7. That would give you 0.5 times 10 to the negative 4. Now you have to move the point 0.5, move it one place to the right. So you have to subtract 1. And that's how come you get negative 5. So it's 5 times 10 to the negative 5. Hope you got that correct, guys. That would be your final answer. And you had to subtract 1 because you moved it to the right. Number 7. The answer is 224. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. And the square root 49 to the half is square root of 49, which is 7. 7 times 32, 224. That was straightforward. You should have gotten that one correct. Once you know your exponents. And the fraction, once it's a fraction, is either square root or it's a root. Number 8. Matrices, and you have to multiply x, y. So put x to the front. 2, matrix 2, 3, 1, negative 2. And at the back you would put 2, 1, 4, 5. Multiply. So underline your rows 2, 3, and the columns in the back, rows 2, 3, and 1, negative 2 to the front, 2, 4, and 1, 5 to the back. Multiply the numbers in the row by the numbers in the column. So it's 2 times 2 plus 3 times 4. It's the first one. There you have it. 2 times 2 plus 3 times 4. And then to the back, upper, 1 would be 2 times 1 plus 3 times 5. Then to the bottom, 1 times 2 plus negative 2 times 4. And then 1 times 1 plus negative 2 times 5. Final answer, 16, 17, minus 6, minus 9. Negative 6 and negative 9 would be the final answer for the matrix. Okay, but you have to know how to multiply using the rows and the columns. Number 9. Final answer, negative 2x, negative 1, minus 1. So just remove your brackets and you will get 4x plus 6 minus 6x minus 3. Put your x's together. 4x minus 6x, negative 2x. And 2 minus 3 is negative 1. That's it. Okay, you have to leave the answer just like that. Okay, hope you got that correct. Wasn't too hard to do. Once you know how to deal with the integers, and you can use a calculator to help you. Number 10. Factorize this quadratic expression, x squared minus 5x plus 6. Again, I told you the numbers would either be 6 and 1. You have to multiply to give you 6. 6 and 1 are 3 and 2. It has to be 3 and 2. And it has to be negative 3 and negative 2. Because negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. And negative 3 and negative 2 is negative 5. They have to add to give you negative 5. So it has to be x minus 3, x minus 2. Not 6 and 1. Okay, you have to solve the inequality. 2x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3, 2x plus 1. Remove your brackets, so you get 2x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 6x plus 3. You finally get minus 4x is greater than or equal to 5. Now to get rid of that minus 4x, you have to divide by negative 4. So you would have to, and once you divide it by negative, you have to reverse the inequality. That's what I was telling you have to do at the end. So it's x is less than or equal to negative 1 1/4. Number 12. Transpose the following equation for y. 3 minus 2y is equal to x. What does transpose mean? Transpose means you make it the subject. So you want y at the front. So you have to take the 3 to the back, comes to negative 3. So y is equal to x minus 3 over negative 2. And I just switched it around, put 3 minus x over positive 2, the same thing. X minus 3 over negative 2, once you get that, that's the answer. Number 13. Solve the quadratic equation x squared plus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. Again, your numbers to get negative 12 would be 6 and 2 or 4 and 3 or 12 and 1. You can't use get 4 from 12 and 1 or from 4 and 3. So you have to use 6 and 2. So x plus 6 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x equal to negative 6 or x is equal to 2. Final answer. Okay. Number 14. Solve the simultaneous equations. First, get rid of the y's. So multiply by 2 on the top. And then multiply by negative 1 on the bottom. So you can get rid of the y's. So when you subtract, you get x is equal to 1. Once you get that, then you have to substitute that and substitute it into the one with asterisk, which is the easiest one to do. So substitute x equal to 1 into 2x plus y is equal to 5. When you do that, then you can get a value for y. So 2 times 1 plus y is equal to 5. 2 plus y is equal to 5. Y is equal to 5. Take away 2, y is equal to 3. So the final answer, x equal to 1 and y is equal to 3 when you solve those simultaneous equations. Hope you got that. If not, next time. And we move on to number 15. And this is a function, and the final answer was 4. Hope you got 4 as the answer. All you had to do was substitute -2 into the expression at the back, 3x squared minus 8. So if x is 2, 2, 2 is 4, -2 times -2 is positive 4, 4, 3 is 12. 12 take away 8, 4. That would be your answer for that function. That was straightforward. Just put your values into the expression. Number 16, find y. And to find y, first you got to find x. That's what I was telling you. So for the isosceles triangle is 180 minus 88, you get 92. Two angles at the bottom are the same, so you divide by 2, and that's how come you get x is 46. Once you get that, you're just about done. Why? I told you the other thing you had to use is 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. So some angles in there are equal. Yes, now x and y are corresponding angles because of the parallel lines with the transversal. So y is equal to 46. If x is 46, y is 46. Straightforward. Easy one. Hope you got that. Geometry. You'll have a lot more of those to do. Number 17, vectors. Find vector any in terms of t and y. And all you have to do is join n to a, and you go from tail to the head. So it's y plus t. Vector n is y plus t. Straightforward. You see the green lines from n to b and from b to a, and it's going the same direction as the lines on the rectangle. So it's just positive y and positive t. Y plus t or t plus y. So in this case, that's the answer. Number 18. You have the Venn diagram. The two numbers you have to put in are 3 and 4. 3 in the middle and 4 on the outside. Those are the only two numbers you can put in from the numbers I have on that. The rest of the numbers you got to figure it out. So now you got to figure out the parts in the middle for physics and chemistry. So for biology and chemistry is 6. For physics and chemistry is 5. For physics and biology is 7. So use the 3 in the middle to figure those numbers out. Then figure out the numbers on the outside. Once you know how many, study all of the subjects. And there you have it. 10 for physics, 12 for chemistry, and 15 for biology when you add up the numbers in the circles. So that would be a final answer for that Venn diagram. Just put the numbers in. You didn't have to do anything else. Once you have those numbers, you have it correct. But you have to work with the 3 in the middle. Number 19, ADCB is a square. And first you find the area of the square. And area would be side squared, 20 meters times 20 meters. So you get 400 square meters. That's the first thing I told you guys to do. So once you've done that, you're halfway there. Next, you find the area of the circle. Pi r squared, 3.14 times 10 meters gives you 314 square meters. Second part, find the area of the circle. 314 square meters. Now, what do you do to get the final answer? Yeah, I told you already what to do, guys. You subtract. So it's 400 minus 314, and you get 86 square meters. Final answer. Okay, did you get it? Okay, we got it. That's pretty good. One more to do, then we are complete. And number 20 is pretty hard. Let's see if you can get it. Draw the pie chart. And first you have to calculate the frequency. So add up the numbers on the frequency table. 5 plus 10 plus 12 plus 9, 36. Then use that 36 to express it as a fraction of 360 to find a number of degrees. Why? Because there are 360 degrees in a circle. I gave you that clue already. So you need to put each number as a fraction of 36 times 360 over 1. So bicycle, be 5 over 36 times 360, you get 50. Do jitney the same way, 10 over 36 times 360. Walk, 12 over 36 times 360. In car, 9 over 36 times 360. So that's where you got the 50 degrees, 100 degrees, 120 degrees, and 90 degrees from. Now once you do that, use your common sense and look at the number of degrees and see which one is the easiest to calculate first. And I would start with the 90. Take your protractor, put it at the center of the circle, and draw a 90-degree angle sector in that circle and label it car. Use your protractor, you know what to do. Then you're going to have to turn it to do another angle, and I would do the 120 for walk next. It doesn't matter which one you do. You can choose any one you want to do and just draw it. So turn the circle along and put the protractor along a green line, and then mark off 120 degrees, and then that would be a sector for walk. Turn the paper to do it properly. Then turn the paper to get to that circle that the line you just put on the circle for walk, and calculate 100 degrees to get jitney. Then you don't have to do the last calculation. Whatever is left would be bicycle. So you don't have to calculate that. That's a given once you did the rest correctly. And that would be your pie chart using your protractor to help you. And there you would have it. Methods of travel: walk, jitney, bicycle, and car. Okay, and that's it. Guys, hope you got 100%. If not, don't worry. Test 6 is coming up. Thank you for watching. Remember to share me out and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. God bless you, and see you in the next one. That's a wrap.